The Ambrosia String Quartet is made up of violinists Simone Lapointe and Mayu Cipriano, violist Beverly Kane Baker, and cellist Rebecca Gilmore, all members of the Virginia Symphony Orchestra. They were featured performers on our Sonatas and Stories concert last spring, and you can hear the broadcast of that concert in a few weeks coming up on September 14th. Cellist Rebecca Gilmore stopped by the WHRO studios recently to talk about the history of the group and their upcoming performance at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center in Portsmouth. Welcome, Rebecca. Thanks so much for coming in and talking with us today. And you are one of the founding members of the Ambrosia Quartet, right? So could you start off by telling us a little bit about how the group started and the history of that?
We always, before concerts, speak about how it has been in existence since 2002, and it began with four friends that wanted to play chamber music together. It was really as simple as that. And from there, we kind of all whipped each other into shape in rehearsing. And I remember the fear that was in us right before stepping out for our first concert, not knowing really how it was going to feel to play as four people playing together. It was like a roller coaster ride that you've never been on before. Very scary.
Yeah. And how have things changed and grown since then for the quartet?
The members have changed, but the current group that is together has been together for about 8 or 9 years. And I think we've stuck because, well, for one, we've all stayed here in the same area, but for another reason, I think we've all got enough humility but personality at the same time that we're able to keep it together as a musical ensemble and recognize a direction and maturity as musicians, I think. It's been a good combination of people, and we have a lot of fun. If people heard us behind doors, they might think that we were just having fun, but there's a lot of work that's happening too.
What are some memorable performances that you've had in the past for your quartet?
Well, we've to mention one in particular. I believe it was last fall. We played in Smithfield, Virginia for a Sundays at 4, and we joined forces with my dad, who's a clarinetist. He was in the North Carolina Symphony principal clarinet for a number of years, and finally I think I persisted enough in getting him to come and play with us. So we played Brahms' Clarinet Quintet, and that was a real thrill. And we also had some important friends there that got to hear us. Dr. Hale Stork was there. And so it was just kind of a nice concert where we got to have a lot of memorable things happening. And we had our first CD out at the same time. So a lot happening during that time.
Tell us about your CD.
Our CD is from the Albany label, and it is Dr. Adolphus Hale Stork's music. It is a compilation of his string trios and quartets, and he asked us to play and record his music, I think, as a gift to himself, partially his 75th birthday, and also that he has a connection with Beverly. He's known her for a very long time, and I think that there's some sentimental value for him having asked us to perform and record his music. So we felt very, very proud of playing his music.
So your concert coming up August 28th at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center. What will the audience hear on that program?
So at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center, we're really excited to be performing two famous string trios, and also that it's the three ladies of the quartet that are performing. We're playing a string trio by Beethoven, his Opus 3 No. 1 in E-flat major, and Dochnani Serenade in C major. Beethoven, the string trio starts off in a very interesting way with syncopation in the violin part, which the cello has a regular bum, 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 kind of what you would expect. And the violins, dun, 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 ba-dum. They have these little questions. So you'll have to come to hear the concert to hear how that kind of unfolds. But it's I think Beethoven does a masterful job. Then the other piece that we're going to be playing is Dochnányi's Serenade in C major, which I love this one. For one, it's in C major, and I think that's incredibly friendly to the cello because we have that low C string. And boy, do we like to show that off when that comes up for the music, I think. So we're going to have an exciting time with performing it, but we're also enjoying the rehearsals of this and just having the ladies of the group. But of course, during one of our rehearsals, we did make a little video and send it to Simon just so that he could be a part of the group, because it's just not the same without him, but we have a lot of fun.
The ladies of the Ambrosia Quartet will perform those trios this Wednesday evening at 7:30 at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center in Portsmouth, part of their summer music series. You can find more details at their website, ambrosiaquartet.com.